Welcome, welcome, my friends, to another episode of The Mind of Reese. Oh my goodness. So, this week was so exciting. I have opened up the pathway to getting on my wait list for a tattoo apprenticeship. This would be an 8-month tattoo apprenticeship intensive. And basically, the reason why I call it intensive is because normally, when it comes to apprenticeships, oftentimes the mentor will have you just be in the shop every single day while they're working. Now, I have decided that since I would like my apprentices, because I'm going to be choosing 3, I will be having 3 slots only to do this, but I'm going to actually be taking 2 days a week, 2 to 3 days a week, where it's just you guys and me behind a machine, understanding how to tattoo, understanding the business side of tattooing, the marketing side of tattooing, how to really build a brand, a unique brand around you and your artwork, fundamentals of art, utilizing iPad, things like this, basically everything having to do with the tattoo industry and how to create a 6-figure business, a foundational 6-figure business where you are literally have the keys to success by the time you leave me. That's why I've decided to call it an intensive, because I'm going to be taking days where it's actual like class days. We're going to be sitting there and it's just you, me, and the universe, baby. And so this is why I'm so excited about this, because I know that this level of apprenticeship is something that a lot of people, I wish I had. Honestly, if this was offered, I would have done it. I would have done it automatically. I don't think it would have taken me 10 years to be where I'm at this point. But you know what? My journey is my journey and I absolutely love it. But this is the reason why I'm doing it, is because I know that with experience and also having apprentices myself, both very successful within their first year and a half, quitting their full-time jobs or quitting their part-time jobs, making 6 figures by their 3rd year, that kind of thing. And I truly believe that it could even go faster than that, because I did it the old school way of apprenticing, where they worked for me while I worked and that kind of thing. So if we go intensively in this, I think it would be really, really fucking amazing. So that is now open on the wait list. We are going to be accepting applications probably somewhere in like November and December area, because we want to start by 2023 of February, which is so exciting. Next thing, we currently have my mini reels course for tattoo artists as well, out and about, ready to be picked up. By the time you listen to this, it might be at $111. However, if you're listening to this and you're like, wow, I really want this, just DM me and be like, hey Reese, I listened to your podcast. Like, can I still get it for $88? Totally. I love it when you guys hit me up in the DMs. I love people. I love you guys so much. I love having conversations with you in there. So yeah, totally. Anytime you ask me, if you see a discount on there and it's no longer applying in the website, just DM a girl. Like I love that shit. I'm like, yeah, you want it so badly that you saw that there was a discount before and then you forgot to pick it up and now you want it. Like, hell yeah, come on in, and we'll see what we can do. That's my jam. Okay. And the next thing that is out and about is my newest opaque rituals and techniques tattoo course. It's not a course, it's more of just a program. So it's like basically my tattoo techniques based on opaques. And I also go over some of the rituals that I utilize within the space to really I'm a very spiritual tattoo artist. So when I set the tone, ritualize the space, ritualize the tattoo, I go over all of those things in order for you to step into the level of creativity that you really want to step into every single day when you are going into a tattoo, so that you create a tattoo better than the one you created the day before. Plus, I give you obviously all the technical aspects of creating. I go into the artwork aspect of it as well as the actual tattooing of it. We get in close-ups, we get shots in, you'll see everything. I'm so excited to be releasing my very first one. I love it. I'm so excited about it. So if you want to go and pick that up, it should be at a discounted rate at this point, but you can click the notes. You can click the link in the show notes. That's what I mean to say. Anyway, okay, so this episode is a juicy one because I know this is something that everybody wants to know about. I titled it "How to Convert Followers into Paying Clients," and the reason why I do that, because it's something that we hear often. But for me, I actually like to utilize the phrase "how we convert our soul-aligned community into soulmate clients." And the reason why I phrase it the other way is because I get into it. I dive in a little deeper as to the reasons why this way and the other way is so important to differentiate, because words are so powerful and they're basically like incantations and spells that we put out into the world. So if I'm going to look at it from followers into paying customers, I'm looking at it more from like a masculine money only situation, where when I look at it from a soulmate aligned community to soulmate clients, I'm looking at it from a space of knowing that I'm meant for this industry. So I love playing on words like this, but that's the reason why I entitled this, and we'll get into it in this episode. Let me know that you love it. Let me know if you love it. Post about it. Share the healingness, the awesomeness, the inspiration with others, especially if you feel like this, you're like, oh, I think of this person, send it to them. Like I love, love. And if you guys want to take like 5 seconds into rating this, giving it some 5 stars on the apples, please do so. We love it. I read them all. It lights me up to continue to do these podcasts. So I love you guys so much, and I'm so excited for this episode. Hello, my friends. I hope this week has treated you so well. Welcome to another episode of The Mind of Reese. I am really feeling just super juicy today. I'm just feeling like really calm, like sloth-like just wanting to move a little bit slower today and do things. I love doing podcasts on Sundays because Sundays are normally just like my full days off except for this. And so I just really like coming here and kind of going and diving in deeper on what I've posted today in my week's content. Oftentimes in content, we can't share the depth of what we speak about. And so podcasting is one of my favorite ways of doing that. So this week, a big topic of conversation with my students and with my students, with my coaching clients, with my VIP one-on-one clients, basically anybody I do with educating, guiding, healing, that kind of thing. Big conversation. And this is like the topic of conversation everybody wants to talk about, is how we convert our followers into clients. And I'm going to touch on basically the way we look at it from a masculine structure, and then breaking it down into the creative feminine and the essence of the feminine, and how we can really utilize our feminine embodiment to create the content that is, that attracts the people to us and then converts them into paying clients. And that's essentially the reason why we are all on social media, is because we are trying to, gain more clientele, build our business, build our tattoo empire, our creative empire. And so it's one of those things where I really want you to remember that. Why we are here, why are we creating content, why are we on social media, is to build our business. We're not content creators. That's a part of our job, but that's not all of our job. All of our job consists of creating designs and tattooing people and, healing and guiding in our own way. And so I was just having a conversation with one of my VIP clients, and we were talking about how amazing she had felt after doing a portrait tattoo of her client's grandmother, and how emotional it was for them. And that emotion is healing. And so I want to make sure that every one of you knows, if you're a tattoo artist, an artist, a creative, it's the emotional capacity with which you enter into a situation, the energy that you give, and the end product that allows someone to heal from, let's say in this particular sense, grief. It's like, that's what we do as tattoo artists. We are essentially healers. We are healing people in one capacity or another, whether that be just making ourselves feel good. We just want to feel good. We just want to like ourselves in our own skin. Oftentimes we get tattoos for that reason. I know that I have, especially early on in my 20s when I was very insecure about a lot of things, and tattoos made me feel like they were armor. They made me feel strong. They made me feel cool. And I wanted to feel a certain way. So as tattooers, creatives, artists, whatever you may be, this is what we do. This is how we do that. So how do we create this feeling? You know what I mean? Like, this is the feeling that we want to continuously create, especially if it lights us up. We're like, I love being a tattoo artist because I love the feeling that I get when my client leaves and they feel fucking amazing. Like, they're super stoked. Yesterday, I had a tattoo. I did an Odin. He was like, it's beyond my expectations. It's so fucking perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. And, he didn't come to me. He came to me with an idea. I did the design, and he saw the design literally 10 minutes prior to us starting the tattoo. And so it's just like, this is the feeling I love, is like creating a piece of artwork that someone else is just like, holy shit, I knew it. I'm stoked. I trusted that you would know because I was able to look through your content, get to know you, and convert into a client. And so the way we break this down from a masculine strategy, okay? So the first thing I wanted to get out of the way, very first and foremost, is that why we are here, why we are doing the thing. Because the why is the biggest thing. That's going to drive us, that's going to help us stay devoted and disciplined into moving forward, creating the thing we need to create in order for our needle and our business to move and create the success that we want in our business. And so the why is huge. The why for me is the feeling. The why for everybody is the feeling. If you really break it down, it's a feeling. We're all looking just to feel something. We want to feel successful. We want to feel happy. Like, these are things that we just want to feel. It's not think, it's not do, it's not have. It's like all of these things are just personifications of the things that we want to feel. And so we really just want to feel something. That's our why. That's our biggest why. Whatever that feeling might be, that's your unique feeling. That's what you get to feel. And so when we think about that, we think about, okay, we get on a social media platform. We begin to create content. We begin to attract people like followers. You know what I mean? We start to gain an audience. We start to create a community. And within that community, what happens is that as they watch your content, what they need, or how basically, to dumb it down, it's like they begin to follow you. They begin to like you. They begin to trust you. Then they decide to buy from you, and then they refer you. So 5 different steps into basically converting someone. So now we have the follower with however we create our content. When we think about content, we think of it from like a macro perspective and a micro perspective. Our macro is our soul community. Our micro is our actual clients. It's the messaging and the clients that it's the messaging and the content that we utilize in order to convert the people from the macro soul community to the micro client. So when I say macro and micro, the reason is because when we look at the macrocosm of things, it's like the broader perspective. What is my overall message? My overall message is that I'm a tattoo artist and I love fucking tattooing. And here is my artwork. Here's the style of artwork that I do. Here's a little bit of my personality, that kind of thing. And then we have the micro message. It's like who you are deeply. Who am I deeply as an artist, as a creative, that will really help someone resonate with me, for them to basically convert into a person that will pay me for my worth, pay me for my tattoos, pay me for my art. And that's the connection I notice a lot of tattooers losing, is that we're losing the connection between, here are all my tattoos, trust me and buy from me. It's like, no, I'm going to look at a bunch of art and I might follow you. I definitely will follow you because I really, really love your artwork. But what's going to make me buy from you, just because I'm inspired by your artwork, doesn't mean that I'm going to buy from you. I follow a ton of tattoo artists that I'm like, yeah, I love seeing their artwork online. Sometimes I'll click the like button. Sometimes I scroll past it. I like having them on my feed. It inspires me in certain ways. But then there are the certain types of people where you cannot wait to see their content. You just love their personality. And it's the type of people, it's the type of artist, for me especially, it's a type of artist, especially when I'm looking at other artists. And as an artist, there's a bit of like a feeling of competition between us. So the artists that I know that I'm like, I'm saving this space, the last piece of real estate that I have left on my body, for this person. It's because I like them. It's because I like them. I follow them. I follow them for their work. I'm starting to like them because I'm getting to know them. I'm getting to know their work. I'm getting to know like their processes and everything. Now, but I'm starting to trust them. I'm starting to really I'm getting to know them further and starting to trust them. So it's like that know, like, and trust factor. Okay. So that's what I always like to talk about when I'm with my students. It's like understanding the KLT factor is what I like to call it. It's the know, like, and trust. They want to get to know you. They want to like you, and they want to trust you. And how we do that is not just through tattoo photos or videos and things like that. Yeah, they get to know your artwork. They get to know what style you like doing, and they're going to get to know your art. They love that part. And then I'm going to start liking you through other things. So what I've noticed and what I've reverse engineered in order for me to teach this, because I've studied this so much, is that what I notice that I like, particularly when I go out and like an artist's work, I'll even comment on their stuff because I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. It honestly, for me, it's like the comment back. It's the comment back. It's the one where it's not just the hearts or it's not just the thing. It's like because I always try to leave intentional comments. I'm an intentional person. I'm an intentional tattoo artist. I'm just intentional because intentional drives action. And when I'm in intention, I'm not just doing something to receive something in return. I'm doing something because it makes me feel good. And I know that it makes me feel good. That's why I do it. And I know it's going to leave an impression on someone that could potentially make them feel good too. And so when I think about that, and I'm going to go in there and comment on someone's post, whether it be my students, my artists that I look up to, all that kind of thing, I don't ever expect a comment back, but when they do, and when it's with intention, I'm like, ooh, I got the chills. Wow, they noticed me. They're so big. Like, thank you for such an intentional comment back. One girl I just love, I can't even say her last name, but I know her first name is Sam. And she does I do a very similar style to hers. Let me just say that because I swear, like she's definitely been doing it much longer than me. And we like this warrior women vibe, and she's so amazing. And she's French, or she lives in France at least that I know of. And she's her following is huge, and she's got such beautiful work. And there was one day I was following her, and it was finally she posted something of her face. You would never know that she was a woman because she only posted her tattoos. So she finally posted something of her face. And I commented, I was like, we love to see your beautiful face, Sam. Like, this is so amazing. There's so many artists, women artists out there that look up to you. And this just goes to show that, we are just as good, or if not better, than the boys. And this was just like a sweet comment that I had sent to her, because she had said in her caption, like, she's like, I know I don't show my face a lot. I know a lot of people think I'm a guy, but I'm a woman, and I just, I get a little shy about showing my face. And when I heard that, I was like, wow, I got to know her a little bit more outside of her tattoos that I like. So I'm like getting to know her tattoo work. I already love it. I'm starting to like her because she's open and honest and authentic. She's like, yeah, I'm just a little shy, but here's my face. The one time she posted her face out of like 100 photos or videos or whatever of her work. And so I wanted to just be like, fuck, me as a motivator, me as like the kind of person that's like, yeah, I want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate you for stepping out of your comfort zone and doing the thing, because that is what's going to drive the conversion. I'm telling you right now, because it converted me. Absolutely. She did that. And I said something, and then the intentional response back was, thank you so much, Reese. I appreciate you so much. And that right there was enough for me. I was like, wow, like she intentionally commented back when she had hundreds of comments that she could have gone through. I wasn't expecting anything, but it was in the level of that, like, now I'm beginning to trust her, because at this point I'm like, wow, she is who she says she is online. I know a lot of us don't think about this part, like not consciously, but subconsciously we are. Subconsciously we're thinking about, can I put myself out there? Can I share space with this person? Do I want to share space with this person? Am I, where is it that I feel like I really want to, like, is this person the me person I want to spend 8 hours with in time? And so I didn't even realize that she began following me back, and so over time it became one of those things, and I've been following her for at least over a year or even longer. And over time, it's just, now we're having this back and forth. And so I'm telling you that, you guys, it could be a much faster conversion for sure. Since I'm a tattoo artist, she's a tattoo artist. It's like, I'm not really one to go out and get tattooed, but I am saving space for her, because I know that I'm like, I love this girl. Like, so far, our communication back and forth, this is the trusting aspect. This is why it's so important to not say no DMs in your bio, to have conversations with your people, to intentionally respond back to your comments, especially because it is a part of your job. But not only that, but because it's a part of who you are. And if it's a part of who you are, to share in your artistic medicine, your soul with other people, then this is a part of your soul that you're sharing. Tattooing is just the end result of creating the community that you really, really want to create. And then get someone in there that will pay you your worth, pay you your worth, and end up with a fucking bomb ass tattoo. And at this point, between, this as an example, between me and Sam, we've gotten so much to the point where she follows me, she comments back on my stuff. And it's just, and even if it's just a simple like heart from her, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like fangirling over here. And then she invites me over to her shop. And like now we're on, making plans for this. So it's like, okay, cool, even better. I get to work at her shop and I'm going to go get tattooed by her at the same time. So now it's like what I've done in a year, because we want to stretch the level of time that we believe we're in this business. If you're relying only on one post to make or break your business, then you are in a very, I would say like a very half, how do you say, cup half empty mindset, because of the fact that if one post is going to make or break whether or not you show up authentically in order for people to know, like, and trust you, we got to look at it as compounding. We got to look at it as stacking. Like, think about it like every post I make that's super authentic to me, every post I make that is super intentional, and is, obviously there's a lot of strategy behind this. There's a lot of strategy when you do content creating and content strategies, because content creating is totally different than content strategies. You can create a bajillion pieces of content. Doesn't mean it's going to do anything. But if you have strategy behind it, there's like, okay, today I'm going to show my tattoo. Today I'm going to talk about what's going on in my life. Today, it's like having a strategy on how we want to share ourselves, how people can get to know, like, and trust us so that they can convert into clients. And so this level of time between me and Sam, going back to the example, is like over a year in the making. I'm not going to automatically don't get me wrong, people do that. But most of the time when it comes to my clients that actually end up in my chair, they are like, I have been following you for years. And I love everything about your artwork. But then when I started to get to know your personality, I knew you were the one for me. I will tell you that if I had a nickel for every time someone said that to me, it only is telling me that what I am doing in the online space is authentic to me, because it's authentic to me. If you end up, whoever you listening, you listener, you my love, if you end up doing what I'm doing, copying what I'm doing, it might not work for you because it might not be authentic to you. And so that's the reason why we got to, if we are inspired by someone, we take what they do and turn it into a way that expresses ourselves the best. Even if you are shy, like look at Sam. She mostly only posts tattoo stuff. But lately, because we have our own conversations online and in the DMs, and I've written her things about like how amazing it is for you to step out of your comfort zone to do the thing. Like we've had conversations about content and stuff. And so you notice in the reels that she's starting to show up a little bit more. And what makes me so happy about this, and not that I'm saying that I'm the catalyst to the reasons why she's showing up all of a sudden. I don't think so. I think that this is something that's in the making, and that maybe a little encouragement always was, a little encouragement from anybody. And that's the reason why I have mentors and guides. Like I wouldn't be in the space where I feel so confident and like fucking feel the fear and do it anyway kind of vibe whenever I'm entering into sharing a little bit about myself, sharing a little insight about what's going on in my life, whether it's good, bad, ugly, positive, negative, whatever it might be. And I'm just so willing to share that in a strategic way, obviously in a strategic way that allows people to get to know me on a level that makes me very human, and it creates a connection, gets people to know, like, and trust me, and eventually convert into a client. And then when they convert into clients, I normally see their sisters, brothers, and friends. And, and so the fun part is that when I do have clients come in, because since the amount of tattoos that I do in a month compared to the amount of people that want to get tattooed by me, I have to be very selective. And thankfully, I'm very grateful for that. And so when a brother or sister, when a client comes in and they're amazing and their brother or sister wants to get in, I'm almost partial to going to them, because I know that they know what my style is, what I really love doing, allowing me a lot of creative freedom, and so on and so forth. And so that's the referral. Okay, they buy from me, now they're referring. So now my clientele just ends up getting bigger with the style of tattoos that I love doing and whatever I'm focusing on. And so that's the whole point. So this is how we convert a community into clients, how we convert followers into paying customers. I don't like the word followers. For me, that just is like, I think the word followers has a stigma around it because everybody just wants more followers. More followers don't equal more dollars. More engagement doesn't equal more dollars. More reach, whatever, does not equal anything. You can get outstanding views, reach on a reel or several of them, but that does not mean that all those people are going to convert into clients. Now, definitely, you always want to be creating, and then, people notice the difference. There is a difference. There's a level of difference there when it's like, okay, this post did really well. I got a lot new followers. I'm noticing my DMs kind of blowing up a little bit, and I was able to book one or two people from that. And so, yeah, of course, more reach, more followers could potentially equal more, more money, bigger clientele, expansion of your business, that kind of thing. But it's not reliant on that. I know people that have 3,000 followers and are booked out for a year. And I know people that have 200,000 followers and that's not the case, and it just depending on the way that they went to that level of expansion. I still get it from people that are heavily followers, like a lot of things like that. And it's like, why, I'm still not getting booked out as I think I should based on the follower count and all this stuff. And it's because potentially one of the reasons is that your strategy might be a little off. Your content strategy might be a little off. There might be need to a shift in that strategy. What are we talking about? Are we only talking about tattoos? Are we only showing tattoo photos? Are we only, we got to switch it up. We got like as human beings, we're not the same every day. So why should our content be the same every day? You know what I'm saying? Like, a content is just a physical personification of who we are and what our medicine is, what we'd like other people to understand about us. And so this is where we can really create a unique tribe, a unique community, because there can be a lot of people that like your artwork, but are those people that they resonate with you that are like, oh, I love his artwork, but I wouldn't pay that much money for a tattoo. See, that's the difference. It's like, oh, I love his artwork, but I wouldn't pay that much money for a tattoo. But other people would look at that and be like, oh yeah, that's totally worth it. Because where the worth comes into it is when they get to know you better, is when they start to like you and trust you more. And that's where you get that level of, yes, this is worth it. There's a lot of people out there that would be like, I wouldn't pay Reese's prices for that. But then there are some people that would like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to have her do my whole fucking leg. I love her. And so there's that difference. There's the difference between the worth and and the cost of it. So it's like the dollar sign and the actual worth of it. And so how do we create that urgency, that demand, that idea that it is worth it to come get tattooed by me? It's through know, like, and trust. And so, there's that macro message and then there's the micro message. When I think of the micro message, I'm talking about my spirituality. I'm talking about authenticity. I'm talking about ingenuity. I'm talking about, I love educating, so I'm doing the artist thing. When I show photos of my reels, photos of my tattoos, I'm always constantly giving thanks to my clients because, or I'll even, do little blurbs of what they've said to me during a thing because it means that much to me. And so this isn't a strategy. This is just authentic to who I am and allows me to strategically place who I am in a way that offers people insight into my world. And that's the point. Because at the end of the day, you are the strategy. Your authenticity is the strategy. So do not dilute your authentic self in order to get more engagement, more followers, and all this kind of stuff. And this is a huge topic of conversation I have a lot with my students and VIP clients because they they think that if they see, oh, I've got to do a skit or I got to dance or I got to do this or that, because I've noticed when I do that, people like me more. And that's basically what you're saying. It's like I get more engagement when I do that, but it doesn't fill my cup. It doesn't make my soul feel good. And there is no shame in dancing around, pointing at things, laughing, smiling, being super energetic. I'm that person. Like, I'm that person. I love doing that kind of stuff. But I've also noticed that I started to veer away from like tattoo skits and started going more towards like the business aspect of tattooing, and how much the engagement had dropped from doing that. And it's because of the fact that a lot of people obviously followed me for a certain thing. And I was noticing that, and I was like, oh, and it did make me feel a little some type of way. It made me feel like I wanted to go back to doing the skits again, because it was the dopamine hit that I received, the feeling I received, a feeling like I was worthy, a feeling like I was good enough, especially when the numbers showed that I've, got a lot of people to watch my stuff and all this kind of thing. And so it's really interesting that we can catch ourselves. We can be the observer of our own thoughts. We can be the observer of our own reactions to things, and allow ourselves to really, truly, get to know it, get to know us, who we are, and understand it and heal from it, heal the shadows, heal the wounds. Because at the end of the day, you are innately worthy. You are innately amazing. You are innately, like, all of these things you are so good enough. It's not even funny. And so when we base our level of worth on an external circumstance, on a post, that's when we get to have an opportunity to shine the light on something that we didn't realize was a part of us. And then how we turn that around, get back into our high vibe and energy, where we're like, you know what? I'm going to create because I love creating. I am going to create authentic content because it is true to me. And I am willing to be patient in this game because I am in this career for a lifetime. Not for one post, not for two posts, not for how this post did or whatever, or for a month, a year, or whatever. This is my lifelong career. And when I look at it like that, how many likes have I received in the last 10 years? It's millions of likes when I think about it. It's like, that's what we want to realize, is that it's not just 5 likes here and then I got 1,000 likes yesterday. Why did this one only get 5 likes? No, it's like I've gotten 1,005 likes in the last 2 days. And that's awesome. And I'm so stoked that people are resonating with my stuff. Certain topics of conversation aren't going to resonate as highly as others, and that is okay. Like, that's just the way that the cookie crumbles. But the more you can compound doing the thing over and over and over again, truly being authentic with who you are over and over and over again, you will see the results if you realize to have patience and surrender the outcome. That's all. Yeah, that's all. That's it. That's easier said than done, Reese. No, I know. But this is the reason why I say that we do business from the inside out, because it is a constant healing journey through it, because we do revert backwards. We do take steps where we're like, oh, I wasn't really proud that I did that one because I knew I was only doing it for the likes, and I knew I was going to get a lot of likes, and then I didn't actually get a lot of likes. So now I'm fucking sad and kind of ashamed of the fact that I did the thing. And so it's like we're constantly able to have opportunities of awareness to get to know ourselves in ways. That's why I'm like, social media is for my healing journey. It's not for anything else. Yes, it does respond to the level of work and, how big my business grows and things like that. But it's also this really beautiful way, if you want to look at it this way, and this is the way I look at it, it's a beautiful way to shine light on who you are. And the more you can get to know you, the more authentic you can be, the more you can attract people, and you can quantum leap. And this is the funny part, is that, like, I truly am like, I am here for the long haul. I have patience, but I also believe in fucking magic. I believe that magic is real. I believe the quantum is real. I believe that by me holding space for everything, holding space for my patience, holding space for the knowing that, like, I'm in this for the lifetime, holding space for feeling sometimes unworthy with a certain piece of content that's not doing well and I thought it would do well or whatever. And holding space for the fact that, like, I also do know that if I continued to be myself and authentic, that I could potentially see magic. And more often than not, because I allow myself the openness to the opportunities, to the possibilities that life has to offer, the fact that I'm moving through life in an easeful way and knowing that this is my lifelong mission, it's my soul's mission to be a part of this industry in some capacity and continue to evolve and change in however I see fit, and continue to be authentic with my brand and with myself and get to know myself, heal myself so I can further be more authentic with the things that I do and intentional, that magic is real. And that all of a sudden things start happening so quickly. You're just like, holy shit, how is this happening? All of a sudden I was posting stuff that's super authentic to me, not giving into, not checking back on how the numbers were or what I did or whatever else, and just truly just posting when I know it's really amazing, and when I know I'm in my energy of like, yes, this is something I want to share and I want this to be authentic, and my brand is authenticity, so I want to show up in that integrity of authenticity. Oh my God, all of a sudden I'm getting a call from a company offering me $20,000 to do a label for them. And this is a true story. And this literally just happened to me a couple of days ago. And I was like, holy shit, I could not have dreamed that was what I was reaching out to. I could not have dreamed it. And it was so kind, because I can't tell you the company yet. I can't tell anything yet. But what was so kind about it was that they reached out to me like 4 times, and they were like, you are our number one. Please let us know if you're interested in this. And there was a part of me that's like, I'm so busy. And then I like read what they said and all the beautiful things they said about my content and about who I am and how I portray myself and how I'm such an artist trying to help artists out in this industry. Like, I've been doing this for 3 years so far, and that's a short amount of time, but it could seem long because I post content almost anywhere from 4 to 6 times a week sometimes. Not so much now. I think about my average is around 4 and 5. But because I'm so dedicated and so devoted to my brand and business, and I've turned my love-hate relationship from, actually, let me look at it from the very beginning, my dislike to Instagram to love-hate relationship to absolutely loving it, because I'm realizing how much it has helped me heal myself, get to know myself in a way that sometimes I don't want to. I'm like, fuck, I really don't like this about myself, but thank you, universe, for allowing me to see it this way. And you know what? I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to grow from it. And the growth is only going to help my business. The growth in what I see, the feelings that I feel, the unworthiness, the not enoughness that sometimes I get, the comparison that I do with other artists or other people that are, that are being educators and guides. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a human. I feel those things too. But how do I move through that? How I lead myself through those things. If I can look at it as an opportunity, or I can look at it as like, oh, woe is me, I'm a victim. I look at it always as an opportunity, or I try to anyway. There are moments definitely where I'll be like, you know what, listen, lady, listen, universe, I'm gonna be a victim for like an hour. Just give me an hour. And then I'll look at it as an opportunity, like totally full send. And I'm gonna look at it as an opportunity for me to heal and grow, and then further vibrate on a higher level and move forward and continue to make moves, because I'm so devoted. I'm so intentional. I'm so devoted to my brand. Even on the days when I'm not feeling it, I'm like, no, I'm doing this for me, for the longevity of my business. I love my business so much. I love it more today than I ever have in my whole life. And I've been in this industry for 10 years. I love it more today. I've never felt so alive in my business. And also so activated with like, holy fuck, there's so much to learn. Like once you becoming aware, like you're becoming aware and you've had your first spiritual awakening, you'll have many deaths, you'll have many lives, rebirths, really, many deaths and many rebirths, many spiritual awakenings. And because when you're on that healing journey, everything is an opportunity. And when you allow yourself that opportunity, that means you're opening yourself up to the possibilities. And so, holy shit, 3 years later, I'm getting a message and offering me a level of money that I'm like, holy fuck, they believe I'm worth it. I didn't even ask for that. They believe that that's what I'm worth. And I'm full send with that shit. Yes, I am worth it. I'm not the best artist out there. I'm not the best of anything out there. I'm just out here doing my thing, showing up in a way that's authentic to me, owning where I am in this world. Like, yeah, I know. Like, everybody could look at my work and be like, Reese, your work is amazing. And I'm like, you know what? It is amazing. But there's so much room for growth. And that's where I'm at. That's what I'm after. And with that devotion to anything that you do, you will always see exponential growth. And because I'm like, oh, this post doesn't mean anything about my artwork. This post doesn't mean anything about who I am. This post doesn't mean anything about my worth. I'll post a tattoo and it gets like barely any likes. And I'm like, all right, I don't know. People only want to see my face. What was me? You know, I could totally act like that. And don't get me wrong, I have before. You know, but I look at it as like not as a loss. I'm looking at it as like the amount of people that saw this post today, that's 500 people that love this piece of artwork, that took the time. They took the time. They took time out of their day to stop the scroll, to like, to comment, to save it, to share it. That's where we can look at the cup half full instead of looking at it as half empty, because I'm going to compare myself with myself from yesterday and say, well, that post did better because my face was in it. No, I'm going to show multiple different angles of me, of who I am as a person, because I'm not just an artist. That's not just who I am. I'm a tattoo artist. I'm a lover. I'm a sister, friend, brother. I'm not a brother. I have a brother. You know, a dog, mom. I'm all of these things. And so we're so multifaceted. I'm not just one thing. I'm going to share in all of the things strategically to my brand, because I know the strategies behind it. If you want to know more of the strategies behind the thing, I have many programs that can help you with that. You could just click the notes, click in the show notes. Many programs that can help you with the strategy aspect of things. And so, yeah. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, that, you know, converting followers, converting your community into clients. There's a aspect there that you really need to understand in order to do that. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's being authentic. It's truly, I mean, if I were to just dumb it down to one word, it is authenticity. And as you listen to this, I hope that marinates with you what authenticity actually means, because I know that the word authentic gets thrown around a lot in the social media world right now. It gets thrown around a lot. And it's like, what does it mean to be authentic? It doesn't mean it, it means what it means to you. So you need to ask yourself the question, what is authentic to me? And if I don't know what that is, maybe I need to take the time to get to know myself a little better so that I can figure that out, so that when I figure it out, I can share that with the masses and invite the people that are meant for me into my space. That's what I want you to ask yourself today, okay? I love you so much, you guys. I'm so happy that you listened to this episode. Let me know if you love it. Tell me on the grams. I love it when you share with me. So sending you all my love, all my kisses, and I will see you in the next episode.